Should I keep this as it is? It's a good thought. Let it be on the board. Fourier and Z transform. This is, I suppose, chapter number 3 in your book, textbook. Actually, this topic is split in two parts. Fourier transform in one and Z transform in another. So you have two chapters for one unit. So let me define what a Fourier transform is. Do you recall Dirichlet's conditions? Do you recall Fourier series? We find the Fourier series of a function which satisfies Dirichlet's conditions. Do you remember that? So we define Fourier transform also for those functions which satisfy Dirichlet's conditions. I don't recall those Dirichlet's conditions because you never use them. Most of all the functions that you will be dealing with, they will be satisfying Dirichlet's conditions. So you did not bother about Dirichlet's conditions. You can just keep it in mind that we define Fourier transform for functions satisfying Dirichlet's conditions. So let me define what is a Fourier transform. So it's like this. For a function I'll call the function fx. For a function fx satisfying the Dirichlet's conditions, it can be proved. Just hold on. For a function fx satisfy the Dirichlet's conditions, it can be proved. The proof is using the concept of Fourier series itself. It can be proved. Maybe I'll write down in the bracket using the Fourier series of f. Since f satisfies Dirichlet's conditions, it can be expanded in terms of its Fourier series. So using that Fourier series of f considered as a periodic function with period infinite, period. Unified Fourier series of a periodic function. So we will consider f as a periodic function with period infinite. So using that Fourier series of f considered as a periodic function, it can be proved that my fx can be written as 1 upon 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity. It's double integral minus infinity to plus infinity f minus I lambda u minus x du d lambda. If you are interested, you can go through the proof in the book, but from examination point of view, you are not asked the proof. Nobody is going to ask you to prove that fx can be expanded in power series and then expressed like this. So any function can be any function satisfying Dirichlet's conditions can be expressed in this form called the Fourier representation of f. Called the Fourier integral representation. Called the Fourier integral representation of fx. So what is Fourier integral representation of fx? 1 upon 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity double integral fu e raised to minus I lambda u minus x du d lambda. It can be proved that fx and this integral is same. Now, if I split this integral in two parts, and if we extract f of lambda from this integral as 1 upon root 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity fu e raised to minus I lambda u du. So I am extracting fu e raised to minus I lambda u du from this integral. So if we extract f lambda this from the above expression, I can write this fx as, so if we extract this, we see that my fx is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi I have already extracted. So what remains is 1 upon root 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity. One of the integrals I have already taken in this, fu I have already taken in this, and so this is f lambda, and what remains is e raised to minus I lambda x, right, with a plus sign, plus d u. It should be d lambda, sorry, d lambda. You are taking the expressions, right? Can you see that? Whatever is included in f lambda, accepting that, you take the remaining expression. So my fx is 1 upon root 2 pi integral minus infinity to plus infinity f of lambda e raised to I lambda x d lambda. Remember, here is a minus sign and here is a plus sign. Fine? This f of lambda I called as Fourier transform of f. F of lambda is called Fourier transform So we get f of lambda from fx and fx from f of lambda. Can you see that? We get f of lambda from fx and fx from f of lambda. And so fx is called inverse Fourier transform of capital F. fx is called inverse Fourier transform of capital F of lambda. Fine. Definition of Fourier transform and inverse Fourier transform and Fourier integral representation. That is all there in the chapter. That's all. This is the only concept involved in the chapter. Ten marks. At least 10 marks.